Hey guys, E10 Sun here from Sunbros, and it's time for another Hero Quick Look video. Today, we're going to be talking about Grakk. Grakk's class is Tank and Mage. His role is Control, and as you guys can see in the bottom left corner, his Constitution is off the charts, followed by ability damage and difficulty that are well above average. Grakk's passive is Blood Ritual. Whenever Grakk receives damage equal to 10% or more of his health in one blow, Grakk will trigger a small explosion. Also, if he dies, he'll trigger a very, very large explosion. Grakk's first ability is Earthquake. Grakk stomps the ground, dealing magic damage and slowing enemies. Enemies that are closer to Grakk will receive additional damage and additional slowing. Grakk's second ability, Devil's Chain. Grakk throws a hook to pull the first enemy hit towards him. Also, after this ability has been learned, Grakk's maximum HP will go up with each kill and assist. Finally, his ultimate, World Devourer. After short delay, Grakk pulls in enemies in front of him in a conal area, dealing damage. Grakk also gains a shield if the ability hits at least one enemy. This ability must be channeled, and you cannot move during it. Alright guys, now we're going to move on to the pros and cons about Grakk. We'll start with the pros, which is the strengths of Grakk, things you're going to want to concentrate on while you're playing with him, and things you're going to want to avoid when you're playing against him. Number one, Grakk's first pro is that he has incredible crowd control. I would say probably the best crowd control in the game. His hook is devastating. If you get hooked by that, you're pretty much guaranteed to die unless you get out of it really well. His ultimate can essentially get 5 people in a team fight and render them all completely enabled, which is unbelievable. His ultimate can be just devastating. And his first ability, his Stomp, even gives a slow. So overall, Grakk's crowd control abilities are off the charts. Definitely one of the top guys in the game. His second pro is he has real game-changing abilities. And what I mean by that is obviously we've talked about how great his crowd control is, but you add that into a team fight factor, and Grakk can win you a game. I mean, you're talking about a little standoff. You're hanging out under tower. They're kind of there sieging you. If Grakk gets a hook off on any of their damage dealers or somebody who's fed or even just a tank who's really bullying you, that team fight is essentially immediately switched around, and Grakk has made a game-changing ability. Also, during team fights, when you guys are engaged, if Grakk gets his ult off, pulling it in the right direction at the right time, he could screw the entire enemy team and basically secure you a win on that team fight, potentially secure you a victory. Grakk's third pro is that he gets free HP. I mean, we're talking about his hook ability, which is one of the best abilities in the game if you get good at it. That's just on this. Also, you get this awesome hook, and on the side, you're going to get free HP every time you get a kill or assist. It can add up to 2,500 health when you get 20 stacks of it, which is the max, which is just awesome. And next, we're going to be talking about Grakk's cons. These are weaknesses, things you're going to want to avoid if you're playing as Grakk, and things you're going to want to take advantage of if you're playing against him. Number one, Grakk's mobility is just trash. He has absolutely no mobility. He has no dash, no movement speed buff. He just is slow as balls and can't get out of anything. Next, Grakk isn't a true tank. So if you're playing with Grakk, generally support or top, you're going to want to play an additional tank with Grakk. Grakk isn't a in-your-face, going to cause havoc to your team. He's more of a backline tank who's going to really do his job. And if he's doing a good job, he's really setting people up for kills with his crowd controlling effects. And Grakk's third and final con is that when his abilities are down, which have long cooldowns, the ultimate starts at 40 seconds, the hook starts at 17. When those things are on cooldown, Grakk essentially brings nothing to the table. And I'm not saying that that's unlike a lot of other heroes, but it is a weakness, and it is something that you have to think about when you're playing Grakk. Thanks guys for watching. That is all for this Hero Quick Look video on Grakk. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also check out our other Hero Quick Look videos for a basic outlook on what these heroes are like. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, till next time.